Lesson 59, experimental probability. This is so exciting. Love probability. Okay, experimental probability. Before we talk about experimental probability, let's talk about theoretical. What does it mean to be theoretical? Theoretical. I think that's how I spell it. Basically, it's just what we expect to happen. When we just look at a situation or we start analyzing it or thinking about it, we look at what we expect to happen. So anytime we analyze, or let's call it analyzing a situation, it's basically what we expect to happen. That's theoretical. Now, experimental just means that we're going to do an experiment and actually see what we get. So we do a lot of statistics, we get our data value. It's what we get through trials. Or through trial and error. So, experimental probability, we actually just do the experiment or the trials. We put the number of times the event that we're looking for actually occurs. So it's just based on the experiment, and then we put in the denominator, how many times did we try it? So the number of trials. So you have to actually look at the experiment to come up with the experimental probability. All the other probabilities that we've done, they've always been theoretical. So if I were to say, what's the probability of getting a heads when you flip a coin? We all know that's 1/2. However, if you flip a coin 4 times, you may or may not get 2 of them heads. So the experimental probability may be different just based on what you actually did when you did the experiment. One thing you'll notice is the more times you perform the experiment, the closer that experimental probability will get to the theoretical probability. So if we flip a coin 100 times, we're going to get close to 50. If we were to flip a coin 500,000 times, we're probably going to be really, really, really close to 250,000 times that we get heads. So the more times you perform, I already wrote more, the more times you perform the experiment, whatever you're doing, flipping a coin, rolling a dice, spinning a spinner, the closer the experimental probability gets to the theoretical probability. This is a very important concept to remember. If you're performing experiments, the more you do, the closer you're going to get to the expected probability. Okay, that's the end of the lesson.